It's 136 days till the man burns, and today we're talking about nude etiquette. You know, it's not surprising that any place where nudity is allowed develops its own set of etiquette and unwritten rules for how to just not be a pain to everyone around you. So let's start small. No staring. It's rude to stare anyway, even if someone is clothed. But, you know, if there are nude people around you, it's not polite to just be gawking at them like, don't do it, guys. Just to be clear, there is a difference between looking and staring. You know, if someone is in your line of sight and they're nude, you don't need to be like, but, you know, staring is different. Staring is where you are like. And there is an exception, you know, if the person that is nude is doing something that would make people stare at them, you know, maybe they're like pole dancing or they're doing like contortion tricks or something or juggling with their feet. Of course you're going to stare because someone's juggling with their feet and it's amazing and you want to see that stuff. That, you know, kind of goes outside of the rule. If you are nude, it is considered common courtesy to bring something to sit on, like a towel or a scarf. You know, you don't need to bring a chair with you. Just something that you can pop down on any surface you're going to sit on before you park your tushy. I mean, in your own camp and on your own things, you know, you get to decide if you want to rub your naked butt on them, but other people might not want your naked butt on their things. Maybe their stuff is reserved for their own naked bottoms. No touching. That should be common sense, but it does seem like some people don't have much common sense. It is not okay to touch nude people without their consent. If you think that someone came to Burning Man to be nude just for you, you're probably wrong. Unless that person's your partner, then maybe they are nude just for you. But if you don't know that person, or even if you do and they're not your intimate partner, get consent before touching them. If you don't, there can be some pretty nasty consequences to it, because as much as you might try and convince yourself that you didn't just sexually assault someone by touching their nude body without getting consent from them when they didn't want you to do that, you're wrong. It's sexual assault. You can't go around touching other people's bodies, even if they're nude, without getting some kind of consent from them first. They may call the Rangers on you, they may call the Leos on you, and chances are, if they don't do either of those things, you are going to get a serious dressing down from them and from anyone else that's around them, because no one likes a creeper. We all want to feel comfortable at Burning Man, and it's very hard to feel comfortable if people are touching your body without your consent. It's like basic human decency. If you're the nude person, then remember, you know, consent is a two-way street. Don't go rubbing your naked body all over someone without getting consent from them first. You know, don't go plonking yourself in someone's lap or grinding up against them if you don't know that they want you to do that. Making comments about other people's nudity is kind of a tricky area, because it really depends on, you know, what you say and how you say it. Obviously, derogatory comments are just a no. Like, why would you do that? Why would you insult someone that is having a good day and make them feel bad about themselves? It's like, why would you do that? But I do think that you can comment or compliment someone on, you know, how they look today, you know, like, oh, you look amazing today, without it being like leery or creepy or anything like that. And if you're not sure, you know, because if it's a friend, you're probably going to know how they're going to take the comment. If it's a complete stranger, you don't know how they're going to take it. If you're not sure, it's probably best to just say nothing. If you're nude, be mindful of the camps that you're going in. Many of the camps, they just, you know, it's fine. It's just a wardrobe choice and you are free to be nude as long as you bring a towel to sit on. But there are some camps that, you know, maybe won't want people to be nude, won't allow nudity. You know, it's their camp and they have every right to ask you to leave if you are nude and they don't want nude people in their camp. There are plenty of other camps that are going to be absolutely fine with you just like wandering around nude. So, you know, just go and find another one. Be mindful of children as well. Think of the children, because people do bring children to Burning Man, and while if you are bringing your child, you probably expect them to see some nudity, you know, just be respectful about it. If there is a camp and it is clearly a camp for kids or having a kids activity or something, maybe that's not the place for your naked body right now. Likewise, if you come across a personal camp that's clearly a family camp that has lots of children in it, you know, maybe don't go in there and start trying to chat to people and be like, hey, like, be considerate of the people around you. And I don't mean that in a way of like nudity is something to be ashamed of or hidden or anything like that. But, you know, just be a bit considerate. You know, you might have a friend that has never seen you nude before and is not particularly comfortable with it, not particularly comfortable with nudity, so respect that. Don't go like plonking your naked body down in their lap and being like, hi, and trying to give them a hug if you feel like they're not comfortable. You know, not everyone is comfortable with nudity. And while that should not stop you from doing what you want to do and having the burn you want to have, it doesn't hurt to be a little bit considerate of your surroundings and the people that are around you. Make sure you're putting on tons of sun cream all the time, especially on parts of you that don't see the sun very often. You do not want to end up with like burnt skin in very inconvenient places. So lots of sun cream, lots of the time, with a high SPF, like high SPF. Photographers can be something that can be a bit of a problem because, you know, now everyone has like a camera in their phones. Before, not that many people bought cameras along with them. And, you know, with phones, it's like a touch of a button to upload a picture to the internet. So it is something that you need to bear in mind. If you are a photographer or you are planning to take any kind of pictures, Burning Man has a rule that you should be getting people's consent before you take pictures of them, whether they're nude or not. Because for many people, they may not want pictures of them at Burning Man ending up online or being seen, you know, by their boss or their parents or whoever. And it should be a place where everyone can feel free and not feel like someone's going to snap a picture of them when they don't know about it and upload it online for other people to look at. Please don't break this rule. It's such a crappy thing to do to other people, and it's really damaging to an environment where you are supposed to feel free to be nude or to wear crazy costumes or do things that you might not normally do when you're out in the real world. So this idea of like people taking pictures of you, it can really put a dampener on things and start to make people not feel that freedom that comes with Burning Man. And if you do spot someone like taking pictures of people secretly without that person's knowledge, then go and explain that to them and maybe explain to the person they're trying to take pictures of, especially if that person is nude or clearly is doing something they wouldn't want, you know, to have pictures of them taken doing. Go and explain to them, like, this is not okay. Delete those pictures. Hey, do you know that this person is secretly taking pictures of you? If you feel like the person is just going to carry on doing it, they're just going to go somewhere where you can't see them and do it, then maybe get a ranger, because, you know, rangers are there to help mediate situations and they will be able to keep things calm and explain to the person the rules and why they shouldn't be doing that kind of thing. But it is something to bear in mind, you know, it is a possibility that if you are nude, that someone might get a picture of you without your knowledge. They may upload that picture to the internet. It may end up on forums with a bunch of creepers looking at it in a context that is not the context that it should be taken in. But I am not going to get into how I feel about people that do those kind of things because, you know, if your picture does end up online, it can be very, very difficult to get it offline. For guys, I know it can be a concern that, you know, your little chat might pop up to say hello, and, you know, it's natural. It's nothing to worry about. I mean, don't go and like pop a Viagra and walk around at full mast for hours, but at the same time, you know, if you are worried about getting an erection, bring something along that you can just like cover yourself with if it does happen, you know, a sarong or something you can just like wrap around your waist or something you can pop in your lap to just cover it up while it's happening. But I do think a lot of it is how you guys deal with it when it does happen. You know, don't make people feel uncomfortable about it. Just, you know, if you're uncomfortable, cover it up. You know, put your hands over it, pretend like nothing's happening. But don't go, you know, being like, oh, that's because of you. Look what you did, because that's a bit creepy and weird. So don't do that unless maybe it's your girlfriend or boyfriend. I think the most important thing to remember is nudity is not something sexual at Burning Man. It's something that's a bit difficult for Burning Man virgins to get their head around because we are brought up in a society where nudity is considered a sexual thing. Like, especially around the opposite sex, it's like how most people are raised to see nudity as something that is inappropriate. But at Burning Man, it's not inappropriate, it's not sexual, it's a wardrobe choice, it's what that person felt like wearing today. So that's it, guys. I hope this was helpful, and as usual, if you have any comments or questions, suggestions, tips, things like that, let me know in the comments below, and if you see me at Burning Man this year, feel free to come and say hi. Bye, guys.